What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Comedians of Entre Live. You guys,
Wow, I look fantastic,
you
dog.
look amazing. I don't know
I
what you're
look
doing.
fantastic.
Keep
I
doing
didn't know this blue looked like this on me, dude. What?
it.
There's that HGTV swag, though.
Whatever you're doing, keep. Oh yeah, because you're the HTV. You're the HTV king.
HGTV. There you go.
How's it going, man?
It's going good, man. I saw you in the snow. What's up with that, man? Well, you finished your alleged 6 mile run right before the snow started.
First of all, I don't
And
like the way
then
you say alleged. It's legit. I can show you my Nike Run Club app. I can show you all my runs.
all
I've got
that stuff can be hacked. All that stuff can be hacked.
receipts.
But please go to Erik Rivera's Instagram. It is so good. I love I love when you taped your wife today, where you're like, "Do you miss LA?" And she was like, "No." Mind you, she's inside the car already. Those questions need to be asked while she's outside of the car.
Let me tell
with
you
the
why
snow
I don't
falling.
like winter weather. I got to get rid of the hair. The hair is trademark along with the smile. You're killing
There
me.
you go.
This winter is not good. This winter is
No,
not
no,
good.
it's not. No, it's
I'm
not.
excited. We got a great show today. We've got special guests coming on. Now, I introduced them to you, but I don't know if you knew
Yes.
them before then.
No, I heard of them because it's a foundation and it started with Ricardo Montalbán. I'm probably saying his name wrong, but he was from Fantasy Island, and that's one of the few shows that taught me how to speak English. You know, it was The Price is Right, Reading Rainbow, and Fantasy Island, the plane, boss, the plane. And like that, and Dukes of Hazzard. I didn't know I was cheering for some dudes with Confederate flags on the roof,
Yeah.
but whatever. That's
Cool.
neither
Now,
here nor there.
that's good to find out that my co-host voted Trump, but that's cool, man. And you do what you got to do. Like
You
you do
know,
what you
it's
gotta
our right to vote. Everybody gets to vote, and that's one of the beautiful things here. Did I
I'm
vote for
excited.
Trump? I'm not gonna say I did. Did I not vote for him? I'm not gonna say I did either because
Let's
that's
just say
my
one of
right.
the votes is wearing blue. He's leaning blue, baby. That's all.
It's in blue, the Democratic Party. I don't
I
know.
don't know. Actually, is it red? No, yeah, it is. Actually,
Yes, it is. Okay,
I got a little.
yeah.
I know what's red, what's blue, but you got the red light, so you're throwing us all off.
I'm vibing, dude. Yeah, I just want people to vote. That's what it is. Georgia is very important. I need Georgia to go out and vote.
I'm
Exercise your right.
excited. I met this organization a couple of years back. I love what they do. They provide they provide different services for Latinos in the industry.
Yes.
In a place sometimes where we feel overwhelmed or we feel like we're by ourselves. There's organizations out there doing it. Let's bring them in. The Nosotros Organization.
What?
We're gonna bring in first JM Longoria, and then the main man. Not that you're not the main man, JM, but let's bring
He's
in
the VP. The VP. Now we got the president. The president of Nosotros
Ya
Org.
tú sabes.
Ya tú sabes. It's not safe in this house. Joe M. Gonzalez.
I've been wearing this for 10 minutes waiting for you to introduce me. I couldn't breathe. Can't breathe.
What's going on, fellas? I'm excited to have you guys on. Anytime anybody brings up Nosotros, I've got nothing but great things to say. I introduced you guys to Orlando because unfortunately I couldn't host you at Yatu Thousands of Met, and I was like, this is a guy that should be on your radar, and you guys should be on his radar.
And we can't thank you enough. We can't thank you enough, Eric. Obviously, we wanted we had you scheduled, but then things got pushed around because of this whole COVID thing. And man, we had to pivot quickly all across the board. But then when you brought in Orlando, it just like everything just landed beautifully. So thank you so much for that introduction.
And thank you, Eric, for that plug. Because I knew about the organization because of you, but I didn't know like what they were really all about. I hadn't gone and done my research. So off the get, I'm gonna be like DJ Khaled. Listen, guys, if you're watching, if you're listening, dude, Nosotros Org at Nosotros Org. If you want to find out more about the organizations, at nosotrosorg.com. At nosotrosorg.com. I remember that from all the hosting that I did. I got to host this great event for this great organization called the Ya Tu Sabe Monologue Slam, and Jesus, what an experience, man! It was fantastic. There he is. Joel is actually showing you one of the face masks. We got to host. I had the honor of hosting it. They babysitted me. They nurtured me. They protected me. They made sure that I looked good, sounded good, and they even brought me in for a second time just to make sure that we got it right. And I was so excited to be. And after it, I just found myself being so proud to be part of this event.
Can I just say this? I love that I recommended Orlando and he did a fabulous job. But in this picture right here, I don't like how comfortable he got right away.
He was at home with us.
He was too comfortable. You guys should have got him a little. Joel, why didn't you scare him a little bit and make him? Come on.
We tried, man, but he's just he's just so cool, man. He was just like on ice. You walk into a room with Orlando and you got to put your jacket on, man.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, look at the shades.
Yeah.
There you go.
What are we talking about?
That's the whole party over there, man. Look, you got like anejo, a beer, some lights.
The vibe is always right. The vibe is always right, man.
But I do want to talk Yatu Sabes. Can you tell us a little bit, the viewers, what Yatu Sabes entailed? Because it was a monologue slam, but you guys went through a whole process where you had writers, you had performers submitting. So just take us a little bit through that.
Well, look, I'll give you the beginning portion of it, obviously, about Nosotros, right? Nosotros, obviously, we're a 50-year-old organization founded by Ricardo Montalbán. You had that right, Orlando. Not only for Fantasy Island, also known for Wrath of Khan. Iconic, just gracious actor that, before diversity inclusion were buzzwords, he started speaking out about wanting to change the image of Latinos, both in front of and behind the camera. So he started this organization with passion and excitement, just like I am, because I'm shaking my laptop. But yeah, man, I'm telling you, this guy he had his heart was in the right place. He was ahead of his time. And as part of the organization, our goal is to be that bridge with the industry and with rising talent. And in developing different programs, across the years, this one just came about at the right time, utilizing, the platforms that are available. And NBC has been a partner of ours. Janice Cardoso over there has been a partner of Nosotros, a supporter of Nosotros for the longest time. And she challenged us. She challenged us to come up with a new way to do a showcase, because all the showcases every year, the different organizations, the different networks, it's like the actor showcase. They come in and read scenes. You people go in and sit in an audience and you watch them. But how can we do it different? What's a fresh take we can have on that? And she challenged us, and I'm gonna have JM talk from that point, because she gave some great ideas, and then JM at that point right there with our team started developing a new way to do it, and and this is what we have now. JM.
Yeah, thank you, Joel. Yeah, I mean, it's a great program that we started 2 years ago. This is our second annual. Obviously, it's a little bit different this year because of COVID. Last year, we had actors come in and do in-person open call with monologues that they came in prepared, and we had a great live event at the Ricardo Montalbán Theater. And this year, we decided to open it up to writers to send us over their original monologues, and then have actors then select from our semifinalist monologues to also do their self-tape audition. So it not only offered us the opportunity to search within the United States, but all across the world. So we had thousands of submissions from, I think it was like 7 or 8 countries from around the world. And it was amazing. We had such a great group of judges that went through the submissions, including Erik Rivera. Thank you so much, sir, for taking the time to go through those. And from there, we were able to find top-notch talent from such diverse backgrounds. I mean, because as you know, like we're all shapes, sizes, colors, everything, and that
look
was
at
the
this
beauty of this. I know, look at this.
Different shape we are.
It's so funny, I'm so happy you guys included me in the judging process, because it's so funny, because like a lot of the times we hear people calling for diversity. We want to see more people of color on screen. We want to see more people of color writers, and a lot of times what we hear from the industry is like, oh, there's no one out there. And when you guys had me come in and judge, and just reading some of these pieces, like, oh my God, there's talent out there. And it's just so sad that industry isn't spotlighting it like you guys are. You guys are legit showing them, like, no. Look at all these writers, look at all these performers. They're there.
Yeah, and that's something that was very important to us, because we constantly hear everywhere we go, oh, there's this Latino role, or we need a Latino writer, but we couldn't find them. And we're tired of hearing that we couldn't find them, because they exist, right? They exist in our own networks. So we said, enough is enough. Here they are. They are more than qualified for the positions, and hopefully this helps in getting them more opportunities from here on out.
And, and not only that, when we have the top 2 winners and the audience choice winners, but those top 25 monologues out of the thousands of monologues that we got, and we narrowed it down because the judges like you, Eric, we're going to now have that as a booklet, a growing catalog that every year we add to. So there'll be eventually this booklet, and it is now, that we'll be sharing with the industry of talented writers. And then the same thing with the performers. We're just going to add to that list every year. So there'd be a database, in a sense of a Nosotros database of actors. So when you are looking for someone, you can go to nosotrosorg.com right now, and we have a searchable database of our members, and they're put up their headshots and their profiles and things like that. But now these top 12 actors have been certified by NBC executives, by industry professionals, by Nosotros, to say they have met that tier. And the same thing for the writers. So like JM said, there is no more excuse with I can't find the talent. It's there. And I always challenge people, like when you think of a Latino, when I'm talking to somebody who's non-Latino or Caucasian, and they say, well, it's a struggle, or when I'm trying to write for Latinos, like, what does that mean? What does a Latino in your head look like? Because just like I said in this screen, we're different shapes, we're different colors. You know what I mean? We're different backgrounds. So it doesn't always have to be the same generic stereotype that you see. I was watching some videos last night on YouTube because I'm applying for this grant for to buy an electric vehicle, right? So they have the training videos that you have to understand what a training vehicle is. And when they get to Tom and Mary, but then when they get it's Pedro and Juan. And why does Pedro and Juan, one's a gardener and they talk with this thick accent? And I'm just like, really, guys? Couldn't Pedro have been a doctor or lawyer just talking like I am on his way to the office? It's like, no, well, Pedro invests in an electric vehicle because, and they give I'm just thinking, wow, that's the stereotype that we have to attack and to change.
I love what you guys are doing. Like I said before, I'm really proud that I had the ability of judging the Ya Tu Sabes Monologue Slam. You could watch it now on nosotrosorg.com, You can watch that. But, I also loved what I saw there. It's like I saw diversity behind the camera, obviously in front of the camera, and showing people what you guys aim to show people was that this is it. Like, you guys no longer have an excuse. And what you just said, Joel, you don't have to just have the gardener, and you don't have to. And tying all that up with what we do at Entre with our comedy specials, which is they all come in through HBO Latino, but they all end up on HBO Max. And you have a special like Eric's special here, which is Super White. And Eric is talking about, like loving iced coffee, which is whatever. But he's talking about it, dude.
It's organic, non-GMO.
You're just like, how can I get the caffeine fast? How can I get the caffeine faster in my mouth without burning my tongue? Be a grown up. Anyway, so you got Eric's special Super White. You got me. I'm talking about HGTV to the point where I've talked about it so much that once again, they're not paying me for this, but they send me swag to the house. They actually send me HGTV. Awesome. And it's like, here's these two brown guys, technically. One, you can't even figure out what he is, which is Eric. Anyway, but like, here are these two guys that are just like these, like it's funny. The other day I got asked, how did you come up with adorable? And it was a lady, I believe it was either in Minnesota or in Denver. And it was a Caucasian lady that after my show grabbed one of my face cheeks. I gotta say that because I don't want to get me too'd, but it would have been her to me anyway. So she grabbed me by my cheek and she goes, "You're just adorable." And then I was like, mental note, and that went into the mental note cabinet. And when it came time to name my special, I was like, "Well, you have a name?" And I was like, "Adorable." Anything, because I want to show that, like, hey man, you don't need to worry about just us being a gardener or a mechanic. Like, let's be a doctor. And I love it because on our own, we're also just starting to push that. Like, all right, it's going to get to the point where it's going to become more expensive to deal with us later on because we've already pushed the envelope so far along that.
Right.
Now you just coming to cash. I'm just talking. I got a red light behind me. This thing is sexy. I always got the vibe.
No, you're right, man. And I think what you said, we're coming in our own too, and we'll stop getting stereotyped when we stop stereotyping ourselves. And there's a lot of great talent in there. And not to say that there's anything wrong with being a gardener, not to say there's anything wrong about writing a monologue or a script about a gardener, but it's just how do we do it differently? When do we stop stereotyping ourselves or allowing ourselves to be stereotyped? And 9 times out of 10 is we have to be in the room. We know, I think there was a hashtag that we were sharing along with La Collab and I think the Latinx House, and it was nothing about us without us, right? And that's so true. We need to be in the room. As with Nosotros, obviously we're working with NBC, where we've just partnered with Netflix in a diversity program that they want to hear from us on what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong. They want to hear from us like, hey, these are scripts that we have looking into development. Can you look at these and make sure that we're capturing the right voice here? And that's what's important. When the people that are in power, the people that have the authority, right? It's responsibility and authority. When you have that combination, when you have that, it is your responsibility to ask other organizations, to ask us what we think of it, and get us in the room to talk about that. Because if not, then you get those misfires. And there's a lot of shows that we could name that have been misfires, or movies that have been misfires. If you look at films in the 90s, man, sometimes I catch those. Like, I'm an 80s kid, and I hated the 90s for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe the movies were bad, the music, I don't know, the clothes. But you watch every time there's a Latino in it or something, and it's just it's stereotypical, right? I just watched the movie the other day. I don't want to name it here and get anybody in trouble, but and typically it was the Mexicans are hiding under the RV and they're smuggling across the country. Fine, it was a comedy. As they're running away, the border patrol guy comes out and he starts shooting at them. At them. And I'm looking at them like, how is that okay? How did somebody read that and say that's okay? That's not okay. So again, it goes back to all of that. Is just long-winded way of saying we have the responsibility ourselves to call other people accountable and hold them accountable and say that's not okay. If you're going to write about us, if you're going to write a sitcom about us, if you're going to write a film about us, a TV show, a drama show, or whatever, we need to be involved in that one way or another. So I think it just goes to that, just accountability.
Right.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited that everything that is coming along the way now. Because I do see the change, man. I do see the change. It's minor changes, but like you just said, I happen to be an 80s kid too. So we get to reminisce. Oh, when we didn't have it this good,
Yeah.
Luis Guzman played a nurse. Come on, people. Luis Guzman was a nurse on CBS.
That guy was Latin, and the only thing that made him bad was because he was Latin. That was all it was. It's like, don't mess with Pedro. What do you do? He's Mexican. No, you don't want to mess with him. I do love I love the accountability, and I also love it. Pre-COVID, you guys were doing all these mixers and stuff, and sort of getting everybody in a room, which I feel like a lot of organizations, a lot of these programs miss the mark on. They do, they'll do these competitions, they'll do like submissions, and then you never hear from them again. And what you guys have done, which I find was such a special thing, was you guys would have these mixers to get everybody in a room, because that's the only way collaborations happen. That's the only way projects happen, because it's like, oh, I need an actor. Oh, who's that dude talking to Joel? I'm going to go over there and find out who that is. Oh, I need a director.
Exactly.
Like the last event I went to was that Christmas event. It was like Ben de Jesus.
Oh, yeah. Everyone was there, right?
Chuy Martinez invited me onto his show, and then the pandemic happened. But I was like, ow.
Opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, that was such a beautiful thing that Nosotros was providing for you, just Latinos in the industry. It's like, if we can all get in a room and talk and have these ideas and have these conversations, then beautiful things happen.
And that's one of the things that Nosotros as an organization, we pride ourselves in, is creating that community for our members and non-members, right? Coming in, putting such a fun, safe environment for everyone to sort of meet and chat, talk about your experiences, your struggles, your successes, and try and figure out other ways of collaboration. And so that's when the pandemic hit, that was one of the things that was like, I think it affected all of us, But we said, how can we maintain this throughout the year? There has to be a way. So we obviously still maintained our monthly master classes where we're still able to provide resources to our members, right? Even during the pandemic. What can you be doing, at home during this time? How can you still stay connected with those friends? How can you still connected with other people, producers, directors, whatnot, throughout this? And still sort of maintaining that community as much as we could. And we really wanted to make Ya Tu Sabes this live event because it is that pop-up underground feeling. And we had a whole plan for it. And we got to a point where we had to make a decision. Do we cancel it or do we figure out a solution? And as we do, we figured out a solution. So we made sure we stuck to our guns. We said, hey, we have to give this platform to our Latinx talent because they deserve it. And as you saw, it's there, that the caliber is top notch. So we said we have to figure this out. And so we did. So it's good to hear that your experiences thus far with Nosotros and our mixers have been a positive one, because that's what we really have focused on, and will hopefully continue, in years to come.
Every time, I saw Eric post about it, he never invited me, but whatever, but I was real excited about, I was excited to see that. And I can't wait in my Narnia, for us, that I wish is like when this starts cross country with you guys, yes, where it becomes Nosotros in New York and Nosotros partners up with the New York Latin Film Festival, and it's all, and I see it coming because everybody, thanks to guys like you, everybody's starting to figure it out that, like, okay, we need to be a little bit more open about and sharing what we have, because they really don't want to share with us. So the only ones that can share with each other is good. We got a question. What's that question there?
Hello, fellas. Quick question. What tools should one use for writing scripts?
Wow. Well, there's so many out there, right? But I mean, the go-to has always been Final Draft. I know there's a couple of online versions, that make it easy, cloud-based, like less expensive ones. Gorilla Filmmaker actually has a good script writing software that isn't as expensive as Final Draft. And there's another one, I always forget the name of it. It starts with a Q. I don't remember exactly, but it's more of a web-based program.
Right.
But honestly, man, the best tool is you in front of a computer, Word document, Google Doc, and just get your ideas on paper, man. So don't get caught up on that. Don't get caught up on what camera to shoot. Just go out and shoot. I say writers write, shooters shoot, directors direct, producers like myself, we just go out and we find all those elements and we produce.
Yeah, a good old-fashioned legal pad, man. Just pull out a pencil and a paper and just write it down on paper. Good other tip that was given to me on the road. I know a guy who put out, this wasn't really a script, but it was a book, and he basically dictated the whole book to his notes on his iPhone, and then he took it to an editor, and the editor edit from there. So it's kind of like, nothing should stop you. It shouldn't be a certain program. Yeah. These are all the excuses that I used to make when I was a young man. Oh, I don't have Final Cut Pro. Oh, I don't have Final Draft. Oh, I don't. How do I write a script? I need like a mentor, and it's basically let's just put it out there, man.
One of the stories that always stuck with me, Nick Swartzen, who's a fellow comedian, he wrote Malibu's Most Wanted. The white rapper in Malibu. Oh, yeah. He told his manager, I got this script. Manager said, okay, get it ready and send it over to me. A week later, he faxes loose leaf. He wrote all in a notebook and just tore the pages out and faxed loose leaf pages of the script that he had written. So I agree. There's no excuses. Just write, even if it's on Word. Now, if you really want to get Final Draft, you didn't hear this from me. Everybody's got a cousin that's in school, student discount. You get like 70% off. So find somebody that's got a student email account and have them sign up for it and pay.
Yeah, exactly. Just like I said, they're all cloud-based now too. So it's just a membership. You can pay it monthly, less than $20 as well. I wanted to touch on that because our master classes, a lot of the stuff that we do, for the person who asked that question, I believe it was Chris, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We have master classes on writing, on how to develop, how to pitch your ideas. So again, one of the things you guys mentioned about our Power of the Network, that's what originally was called when I started it like more than 10 years ago. That's all I had to my kind of in my arsenal, right? I had to figure out, how do I get everybody in a room? So I started at La Fonda over by MacArthur Park. restaurant. They allowed me to be there once a month. And I called it the power of the network, because that's how I have to say, I don't have formal education in filmmaking or went to UCLA, USC, not that, I would have loved to, but I just couldn't do it, So I learned my craft by networking, by plugging into the people that I wanted to learn from, take from them. I'm the sum of all the people that I've allowed in my life to mold me, right? So, if you're learning, if you're struggling to be a writer, it doesn't take a mentor if you can, but it's just make yourself available and uncomfortable in those rooms. So that's what the networking events that we started doing were for that. And I have to acknowledge our crew really quick. Our Mariana, Anaya, we have Natasha, Galano, Juan. I can never say his last name, Juan. I mean, it's
Munevar.
We have Daniela, we have Roslyn Real. These people every month, when we were doing live events to the virtual events, were cracking their brains. And I was like, hey, this is a good idea. Or we started Nosotros talks on Instagram Live when everybody was doing that. And we were doing a weekly talk with the people. So it's creating, like what JM said, a community, finding a community that you can tap into. And hopefully, you'll consider Nosotros for that. So definitely plug in with us if you can. That is the way that your career would move forward. It's just make yourself uncomfortable and get in that room and talk to somebody you don't know, whether it be a Zoom room or a live room. Just go up and talk to people. And before you know it, you're networking with the right people. Your career is going somewhere. That's the best advice that was given to me. And I want to share that with people as well.
Yeah. And it's truly a great organization. I keep on repeating it for anybody that's listening or watching right now. Nosotrosorg.com, nosotrosorg.com. You go there, you get all this information that Joel is talking about and JM are talking about is there. And just use it. Use these tools, man. It's fantastic. I once again, I had the honor of hosting the Ya Tu Sabes Monologue Slam, directed by Joaquin Palmas. I think Palma.
Joaquin Palma.
Joaquin Palma. Yeah, a great director. He guided me through that. Joel guided me through that. JM. Everybody made me feel comfortable. It's a great event.
Too comfortable.
And thank you to Erik Rivera for he was like, yo, go see my peoples. And then I was like, I'll go see your peoples.
They're great people. I'm excited to see what you guys have planned for 2021. Hopefully everything reopens back up, because I'm telling you, I was a huge fan of the stuff you guys were doing on the rooftops and just getting people together, getting creative minds. Like I came to one, you guys had a little film festival, the short film festival, and it was cool to see people shooting stuff and doing stuff, and it was just there's talent out there.
You know what? I'm gonna take this time and volunteer Erik Rivera and myself. Okay, I'm throwing myself in there also, Erik. For once everything opens up, bring in the members. Erik and me sit and let them ask every question that they want to ask about stand-up comedy or how to add comedy to their toolbox that they already have as a writer or as an actor.
You'll be one of our master classes.
No, I do not refer myself to as a master.
Orlando, I'm going to stop you there because I've already done a Nosotros masterclass. So I would love to do another one, guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you need to do one with me. That way it's like really funny. But it's like,
Wow. Too comfortable. Joe, I don't know what confidence you gave him.
Hey guys, I'm so sorry to interrupt. Unfortunately, I have to jump off, but I just want to say thank you so much for having us, for your support, and for everything you do, guys.
So we're not gonna let you jump off like that. Hold on, because we're about to wrap it off.
Okay.
We're wrapping it up. So, guys, thank you so much for letting me host. Everybody watching, this is Joel M. Gonzalez, the president of Nosotros Org, his VP, and also the producer of Ya Tu Sabes Monologue Slab, J.M. Longoria. These are two wonderful dudes. Please follow them. You see their little @ signs there. Follow them on all social media. But most important, go to @Nosotros Org on Facebook, Instagram, all the stuff. And for more information on Nosotros, nosotrosorg.com. Guys, thank you so much for coming on, man.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Support. Remember, our voices are stronger when we echo as one, guys. We are Nosotros. # we are Nosotros. Thank you, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Yeah, man. I'm so happy you got to meet them. I unfortunately I couldn't do it. I was here on the East Coast. I thought it was gonna be a virtual event, and they're like, "No, we need you here." I was like, "Oh, I can't be
But
there."
that's a true sign. That's a true testament. I'm
Mhm.
finding better words to speak with of the type of person that you are as a human being, but also the relationships that you really have to do. You have to network and you have to meet other people because every job that I've gotten has been from another comic.
Right.
So anybody that's a comic, behave in the green room. Don't
Mhm.
act weird. Be nice. Don't be weird. Is what I always tell people.
Mhm.
And you get that next referral list from another comic or someone that was a comic and now is a producer or someone that just knows how to speak it. The stand up comedy dialogue. So no, I'm grateful that you managed because I actually, like I said, man, I believe it, man. I stay low key. I act crazy most of the time, but I know that there's a movement, and I feel honestly, humble brag. I feel like we're part of that movement.
Yeah.
A big part of that movement.
Like it's so funny, and I love that you said that. Like the ways to act in the green room stuff, but like comics, like a lot of times, like there'll be certain comics that be like, "This is my gig." Like, "Oh, I can't do it." Well, I guess no one can do it. And
Mm-hmm.
the only way I win is if the team wins. So you
Yes.
doing that event and introducing you to them, and you doing a great job,
Yeah.
validates. They go, okay, we can talk to Eric because Eric knows what we're looking for. And I'm
Exactly.
not gonna be right for every gig. Like that's why I hate
Yeah.
when comics like, no, this is all mine. Because like he was saying, like you have the filmmakers, you got this. Who's to say they don't come up to me and go, oh, we're looking for a Dominican comic that can do this and that for this next movie. And me
Mm-hmm.
being selfish, going, oh, I don't know nobody. Like no one wins there. But instead, I
Yeah.
could go, Orlando's the dude.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. You know who? Jerry Garcia. He's on part of the Anthony Knowles family. You need
Yeah, yeah.
somebody Mexican.
I'm the same way. They're like, yo, we're looking for someone. They're gonna be in the scene, and they're talking like that and drinking nice coffee. And I'm like, yo, Eric, fucking Rivera, bro. That guy there, he knows how to act with iced coffee in his hand.
Wow. That's the only role I can go for. Guy number one with ice
You got
coffee.
everything, dude. You got
Ice coffee.
principal, vice principal, real estate agent, um, like the boss. Like in a thriller, you're like the boss, the guy that like. But like at the office building that's gonna get terrorized, you're the boss at that office building. Like
Okay.
that, fantastic, man.
We got George Red Speaks. I produce comedy shows in Dallas. I'd like to have you guys out. Then next time we're in Dallas, George, we'll hit you up, man.
Next time, George. We're going back to Dallas, George. So hit us up, bro.
Here goes our homie Vero, who's come by. Thank you so
Yep.
much, Vero, for always supporting. Yeah, man. This was a quick one, but I'm excited because I really wanted to give Nosotros some shine, and I know you did too, especially after the event. And they're doing big things. Like go check out their website, nosotrosorg.com.
Yeah, before we sign off, man, when are you coming back to the East Coast? Like we don't even hang out like that in the West Coast,
West Coast.
but I miss you. I miss having that vibe
Oh, look,
of like a city.
Edwin Lacona, you guys rock. Thank you, Edwin. He's probably busy doing some TikToks.
Thank you, Edwin. I think you're pretty rad too.
Have a great summer. What is that?
What is that, dude?
I'm probably after the holidays. I was happy we came out here for the holidays, so we weren't alone. We got to see the family. The kids lost their mind today. It snowed.
Yeah.
For the first time. They didn't know what snow was. My little one lost his mind. He went sledding. He had a great time. I was miserable. My feet were wet. I got snow in places. I didn't like it. But he had a great time. That's all that matters. So probably after the holidays, we'll probably be back on the West Coast, where here we got 2 feet of snow. On the West Coast, 2 feet of sunshine. I can scoop the sunshine off my windshield.
Dude, when I felt for you the minute that you were like, you miss LA and you put the camera on her and she was like, no. And then I saw your Gorilla Glue hair
it fell
just
over.
getting no, it was solid. It didn't fall. Whatever you're using, you need to like start promoting that. You know what I'm saying? Because the hair did not move in the snow.
You guys are totally
What's Edwin?
80s Valley Swing. Is that better? Oh wow, he's coming at you hard in the chat.
Wow.
Yeah, man. I'll be back on the West Coast. I'm excited. And hopefully things start opening back up, man.
I feel it, man. I feel it. I'm ready to get my shot, man. I'm ready to get my shot. And yes, don't try to talk me out of getting the vaccine, because everybody that's trying to talk me out of getting the vaccine does not have a medical degree.
Which one you getting? Because there's different versions I'm seeing. There's
Whatever they got available, dude. I'm about that life.
There's the BioNTech. There's too many. It's like games. It's like shoes. What you getting? The Nikes?
I don't know. I might go with, if they're both available, I might not go with I'll go with whatever they have available, because I don't even want to speak negative in no way about any vaccine that's going to help us get back to some of normalcy, and that people can feel safe, and that people can stop dying. So please get the vaccine. If someone's telling you not to get the vaccine, hey, that's your right. But make sure that you're getting that information from someone that's in the medical field.
Okay.
You know, that's the way I do it. Because I don't need the guy at Best Buy ringing up batteries to tell me, yo, you know what I mean? Yo, I watched this YouTube video. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, just ring up my batteries, man. You're not a doctor. Anyway,
I think the problem, there's too much information out there that makes everybody think they're an expert. Like I highly enjoy when people like, I saw these YouTube videos. It's not a real vaccine. They trying to chip you, and you're like, wait, what? Oh, how far down the rabbit hole did you get till you got there? Too much info. It's too much.
There's too much info, and you know, I accept everybody for who they are. I love you unconditionally. But, you know, I'm taking the vaccine. I have friends who are medical doctors. I have one friend who runs an ER, and he's getting the vaccine. And I believe in science, man. I had this discussion the other night. There was a time there where, you know, they didn't allow you to wear seatbelts.
Oh, yeah.
Like you were allowed not to wear your seatbelt. And then they said
you could lay a baby on the front seat and just drive.
Yeah.
While you smoke a cigarette, baby.
You know, I failed that question in Los Angeles when I failed a question that said, can you smoke in your car? Can you smoke cigarettes in your car while riding with your own kids? And I was just like, they're my kids. Yeah. I should be able to smoke. And I said yes, and I failed that. You get me? So that I say that story. Huh?
I had uncles that did it.
Yeah. I say that just to show the growth. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Wear your seatbelts, wear your face mask, don't drink and drive. And if you have the opportunity of getting the vaccine, get it. All right.
Before we get out of here, I do want to plug one thing. I know you get on you all about the movement, but I'm trying something new at the end of this month. I'm gonna have O come by if he's available. So anybody watching, I'm doing, because I know that everybody's doing these comedy shows. I'm not doing a comedy show on Zoom, but I'm going to try to pull off here is like a comedy happy hour where you can hang out with your favorite comedians. I'll be there. Hopefully O will be there. I know I've got Rel Battle. He's going to be there. You know, you bring your drink.
I love Rel Battle.
We're going to tell stories, talk about the road, maybe even workshop some new jokes that we've been thinking during the quarantine, and just tell stories and have a good time. So come on out. The link is up on Eventbrite. It's also on my Instagram. Tickets are free. There's two options. You can get a free ticket, or there's like a $5 donation ticket. It's up to you. But I'm not trying to make money on it. I'm just trying to do something a little different instead of just doing straight stand up. And you can look at my bedroom, which is, I feel like it's such a weird thing. This is more of we're just hanging out, talking, having a good time. So go check it out. It's called The Comedy Hang, December 29th. Nice. Available. I'd love to have you, man. Come out and tell stories and
have there. Isn't that New Year's Eve or something?
No, New Year's Eve is the 31st. 31 days.
Oh, there you go. 29. I'm there, dude. I'm there.
All right, cool. So yeah, I'll send you the link, and yeah, we're gonna have a good time. So come check us out. Thank you guys for tuning in again. Again, go check out Nosotrosorg.com, a great organization, especially if you're a Latino in the industry. Even if you're not, go support. They have some cool events for writing, acting, directing, all sorts of stuff. And you heard Orlando. We're gonna do a masterclass together. So
yeah,
come on out.
Thank you, Edwin Licona.
All right, everybody, wear your mask, be safe, and if we don't see you, happy holidays.
Happy holidays, everybody.